Hello, and welcome to episode 6 of Mindful SMP. As you can see, I have basically mined out the center 6 quadrants of all the copper plus a little bit above me, so that I can work on today's build, and that is going to be a smelter array, or little furnace, that I am going to use to smelt up all of the raw copper into copper ingots and then convert that into copper blocks, just so that I can keep that in-house and not have to travel to anyone else's places, and I can basically self-monitor all my levels and everything like that. And then I can also just load this area and stuff. So I have an idea for a build that's actually a smeltery from I think it's Anno 1880. But I'm not exactly sure. I'll probably put a link to that Pinterest clip in the description. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get to building. Okay, so I have essentially the same items that I use on the other side of our mountain on the first set of our villages. But I'm going to be using some deep slate accents like I used with our bee farm and our wheat farm, or our windmill, technically the windmill. I forgot what it's called for a second. But I'm going to use a different foundation, so I'm actually going to mark it with cobblestone real quick. I should grab 2 stacks. And as also a correction, it is from Anno 1404. And I need to clear out a few of these flowers, and a little difficult to remember where all of where the actual stems are. Like you can see the hitbox for the flower. I have a texture pack on, and I really like this texture pack for the flowers. It gives them a little bit more life, but it's a little bit difficult to remember where the center of the flower is. But the structure itself is not that difficult to build. But I'm going to end up putting essentially 2 farms in here. And the first is the smelter, as I stated. But the second one is going to be most likely, it's going to be like a kelp farm. And I'll get some smokers and whatnot to bone meal the kelp. And then feed it into some smokers to cook it. And then I'll manually turn it into kelp blocks. When we upgrade to 121, I can set up an auto crafter. That'll probably be mostly underground. This shape of this building is not too difficult by any means. I just want to make sure that kind of as I lay it down, I have some room for like windows and whatnot. So if we do this as like a little chimney here, then the structure of the build will be here. Let's actually go all the way here. I can resume recording. I'll probably give you all a bird's eye view of building, and then I'll probably transition in between some time lapses and whatnot as I get to it. And if I stop talking, I can easily just transition into a time lapse, a short time lapse, or parts of a time lapse. So if I do that, I guess there's gonna be an entrance here, maybe. Maybe not. I probably could put the entrance over here. Or over here, I could technically do like an arch. An arch right here. So how wide do I want it to be? 2, 3, 4, 5, well, let's do 5s. We'll put that there. This. And as we said, 1.21 is coming up pretty quickly. It's what, June 13th? So as I'm recording this, and yet it's 9 days, so you might see this tomorrow. So the 5th, and I'm excited for 1.21. I just really want to go get some of the new dogs for this world and explore some trial chambers and whatnot. Do we think that's good? I think it will work. We want it to be spacious, but we don't want it to be an overly large build. Especially, like, we can easily just move some of the stuff underground if we need it. And I'm gonna say that the back's gonna be fairly land, and I'll put another chimney in this corner. Let's clear out some blocks here. So this is... probably should do that here. I always find it a little difficult sometimes when I freehand builds from images. Just trying to, like... There's some level of enjoyment in replicating what someone else has done, but at the same time, we want to come up with our own design and whatnot. Okay, so let's go to the center and let's free cam out to see if we like the shape. Okay, so we have the door here. We can do something here. Chimney here, chimney here. And there's stuff we can do in the back and around. There's plenty of space around it that we can do. I need to also work on doing a path around to make sure that it is going to be balanced and whatnot. I think this would be a good shape. So let me swap some stuff in my hotbar, and then we will start replacing this. And then once we get a good structure, I will come back and we can talk about some of the other features. Here is kind of the rough shape that I have, and honestly, for just kind of freehanding it and looking at it, I think it's looking pretty fancy. I'm gonna end up putting wood in, or something in here, maybe walls or something. It could be deep slate. I could do deep slate in here, add a little accent. I'm not exactly sure yet, but the only thing that I changed was I moved this a block over and I took away a block here, just so that I could actually have this centered in it. And I made the building look taller than I had anticipated originally, so that I could put little, almost like in like a barn and stuff, like you would have a beam that would go across from one side to the other with a bunch of pulley, a rope and pulley system, so that you would put the pulley outside the barn and you could lift up hay bales and stuff and bring it into the loft of the barn. I only know this because I grew up on a farm, and so we actually, while we didn't actually have to do that, we had something we called a hay elevator, and we could pick up the bales and everything like that. We were able to at least see how it worked, and it was a pretty cool contraption, especially in the 1800s and 1900s, in order to get hay up high into the lofts of the barn and stuff like that. So, let me sleep real quick, so the mobs don't spawn. But I do like the wall structures. I wanted to do something to make it seem that like this was the structure of the barn, and then this, or not the barn, of the smeltery, and then you'd kind of have these like grooves and stuff, maybe some wood or something. Maybe not wood. Maybe we will avoid putting wood in there, because if it's gonna be hot and a lot of liquid metal, you probably wouldn't want to have wood in here, so maybe I'll scratch that. I'll have to think of something else to put in here. Something smooth and nice, but it will be... I could use diorite. Maybe diorite will work. Have diorite walls in there. So I'll play around with some stuff. And the only thing I need to do now is I need to cap these walls up here. Frame up the roof, and... yeah, so the roof's going to be a weathered cut copper variant, so it'll be like waxed, weathered copper blocks, waxed, weathered, cut copper blocks up there. And I'm going to trim it with deep slate, similar to what we did down here with this build. Right there you can see, we actually used oxidized copper and we trimmed it with deep slate. And then I need to put on the chimneys, and the chimneys will be a little difficult, but I'll see what I can do. So, I'll see you in a little bit. before I rip this roof off, I just want to talk about it for a little bit. So, I wasn't liking the like solid weathered copper look to it. I like the black, and I think it goes really well with everything in this build. But I don't like that it's sitting like on top of the stone. And so what I want to do is right here is I want to lower basically the roof like each like a half position. So like this slab will go from being a bottom slab to a top slab down here, just so that the roof itself is sandwiched in between the wall. And I think that seems like a more structural solid piece. And then I will probably run a stone or mixed wall beam across the top and maybe put the copper on top of it. Kind of just, I don't know. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But yeah, I just want to rip this entire roof off, lower it basically a half block, and possibly keep this just because it adds a little bit of definition and stuff like that. But I also need to see where the deep slate's going to fit along with this. And I might switch these out to deep slate just to like break up all of the color. Actually, that's probably what I'll do. I'll probably switch those accents to be deep slate, because I'm not a big fan of the solidness of this wall. Or the solidness of this roof, to be honest. So, and I might actually, even down here with this actual wall, I might break it up and add some glass into it just to make it visible through, but I don't know. I'm still not certain on it, because by the time I add some interior stuff to it, it probably won't even matter at that point if there's glass or not in it. So let me get right back to it. So I have two ideas with this roof. I like how the deep slate breaks it up into smaller segments, but I guess theoretically or in practice, like if it were to rain, it would just kind of like get stuck in these grooves a little bit. Well, maybe not. I guess it's not there. It could work. But I thought about what if I replaced like some of these lower segments with actual stuff. So if I could carry it maybe here, and if I replaced it with the slabs there, it might give a little bit of difference. And then like technically if I did these slabs as well, yeah, these slabs there, maybe that'd be better. Kind of connects the roof, but it just kind of goes into the natural shape of the roof. So if I were to do that 3, 1, 2, 3, so then it'd be here as well. And you know, this might actually work. So, and this actually looks like it blends into the shape of the roof. Yeah, I think this is better. Let's replicate it over here real quick. I'm all for doing designs and stuff with roofs that or just any build that kind of looks good, but at the same time though, if we think about the function of a roof or a wall, well, it's impractical if it can't really support it. And so I wanted to seem like it's realistic and combined. Okay, so that pattern actually looks decent. Honestly, like, you could technically have a higher roof and a lower roof with this as well. But that's kind of actually the how it looks. But I can't really replace everything. I think I'll stick with this design. And I've decided against doing an upper part up here because it just doesn't flow nicely. So we'll just go with that and continue cranking this out, because I'm only halfway done. So just don't look over there. It's like we have it's like a oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm forgetting what it's called. The haircut that has the party in the or business in the front, party in the back. I can't believe I'm framing this up. Someone's gonna be yelling at me in the comments. You know, that's fine. That's fine. Yell away for my lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge. So I think this is a good start to this. Apparently I'm missing part of a wall over there too. I guess I can put a stone in there in the meanwhile. I think this is a good start. Oh, okay. Double clicks. To what I am envisioning. The outside is a little bland maybe? But that is what is a little expected without any decorations and stuff like that. And so there's definitely a lot of details that I need to add, especially getting this interior. Of course, there'll be stuff underneath of it. I have to have a big furnace and smeltery area over here. I need to knock this wall open into this furnace over here. And yeah, but I think that it is time to stop for a hot second and go on a little adventure. Maybe mine some copper, maybe see my cousins. I don't know. We'll see what trouble gets us. I was exploring around this area and I discovered I guess this is like a witch's hut or something like that, or some fancy house. I guess we can always go exploring, but I thought there's some barrels and stuff around and I was like, maybe we could go exploring of that and find what's in there. And then I heard through the grapevine that somebody had discovered one of our items, or had discovered our block hunt item from about a month ago. So we get to go over there, see who did it, and then we get to restock it and put a new item in there to make it fair. So I'm gonna wait for it to sleep, or for the sun to go down so I can have a new day, and then we'll get to exploring. Okay, it is a new day, and we're gonna go see what we can find over here. And I'm a little nervous because I don't normally get along with witches very well, but I'm hopeful that we'll find something good in here. Dark oak and books. Don't know if I need anything like that. More dark oak books in a normal book like that. Cobwebs as we go through it, because we really never know what we're gonna find, so. Oh, hello. You're a little angry. I don't know what's wrong with that honey block, but it's scary. Hi. Okay, I got some sugar. Got a brewing stand with nothing in it. I need to reorganize some stuff real quick. Okay. Candles. I will take the candles in the cobweb, though. I don't need any of that. This is a great way to get a bunch of cobwebs, though, because cobwebs are great for... Oh. Hi, girl. Oh my goodness, there's two of them. Don't hurt me. Okay, I don't know why I have a gapple because I found a gapple on my way here. And nothing important. Luckily, it's just poison that they gave me. I'll take the grass. That and that. Okay. Can I stop suffocating? Oh, this is like a little bee enclosure, too. Is there anything in there? Spore blossoms. Maybe we'll free the bees. Oh, hello. Hello? No. Spooder eyes? I'll take the spooder eyes. So you don't... There's no staircase on the inside of it. Okay. Oh, I saw you throw it! Okay. And redstone. We come up here. Oh, nope, nope. Nope, bad spooters. It's kind of cool seeing a bunch of spider spawners in a structure that's different than what you normally find them in. Oh, and I got stuck in there again as well. I'll take the spooter eye. I'll take this spooter eye as well. Okay, so another barrel. Candles. More spooter eyes. Feather falling 4. Oh, there's some campfires there. Oh, right here. Lapis. I will take the lapis. That. Nothing in there. Oh, hi, friend. Of course, I got poison again. I'm happy to... Oh. No. Oh. You're coming down from upstairs. Oh my goodness. There's a lot up here. I'm gonna die. Nope. That was close. Okay. I'm happy I had that gap wall on me. They're throwing potions of poison and slow falling. Or not slow falling, harming. I get them all? Okay, I think I did. Make sure there's nothing up here. Okay. There's a bunch of barrels. Oh, and my pocket's full. I guess I can get rid of the sticks. Paper and that. More sticks. I wasn't expecting you. So, is there anything else we might have missed? Oh, there's a whole other thing up here. On the roof. I'll take that. Quick charge 3. Nothing. That. So, I mean, I got a few things. So, the more you know. So, basically, what we learned is that there was a bunch of witches in there. It's still dangerous, even with all of the gear that I have, and an elytra that's partially armored. Oh, I guess I could probably go out here as well. Let's see what's down here. Nothing. Nothing? Okay. I mean, technically I could steal all the copper if I really wanted to, but yeah. I think this was still a good haul, because I got all the candles, and I got a bunch of cobwebs. You never know when you're gonna find cobwebs. Maybe I got a stack and a bunch. I could probably take all of the cobwebs, but I don't think it's worth it. So I guess we're gonna look around here for just a little bit more, see if I see anything else, and then we will head back to spawn to see what they left me for riches. So I came back here and I discovered that both Madam and Lautner had successfully guessed this. So now I gotta do a makeup box and a new item, and so I think I'm going to be doing one with a trident in it. I know a lot of people have been wanting a trident, but I got 7 tridents just from the Ocean Money raid a few episodes ago, and so I thought about doing a lot of enchanted books. So probably doing this fully enchanted, repairing it, and then filling a box with books, so that I know people have been looking for books and stuff like that. So I need to do that. Oh, LOL, we won. Thanks, Lautner and Madam. So hopefully that will be helpful for everyone. So it took 10 diamonds, which not huge profits, but I got a lot of blocks out of it. And then over here at the shops, people went crazy. Not only am I out of copper, so I have to actually finish the copper smeltery and also get it working and functioning to actually smelt copper, people bought all of my shulker shells. People bought a lot of my items in there. So, and also I need to go fight the Blazing Inferno again because we're about sold out of feathers and everything like that. Because we do like our rainbow rings that are also offer some protection on the server. So I need to restock a lot of shops. I need to finish the farm, or the smeltery, and so we're gonna jump into a time lapse of me finishing that up. Then I need to go on an expedition to get some copper and hopefully stock up an extra oversupply myself for the next few weeks at least. And I'll see you to show you around the copper farm or the copper smelter. So I have actually ended up gone ahead and completed this haul, and I've actually it's been a lot longer than I had anticipated, but it's kind of how it seems to be going lately. But I got this like unique design where I put lava behind it, kind of make it look like it was lava sources, and I got it so that everything was dispersed in the furnaces equally. And on the other side, I actually built a kelp smeltery. And so then the smokers cook the kelp quite fast. It uses bone meal to grow the kelp, and then you see the furnaces kick on. So as the kelp slowly fills them all up, it activates more and more smokers, and then when it actually gets this smoker and the chest, the hopper on the top that actually feeds it gets full, it will actually shut the bone mealing off, and it will just activate it as it needs it. So it's pretty nice, and I've actually been hoping to get this episode out a lot sooner than this probably episode will go out. But just like a lot of things in life have happened, and I just haven't had as much time to play any of the games. So I hope you're understanding of that. And also know that from this point on, episodes will probably coming as an ad-lib because I've had some major life things happen, and it's going to be a little bit between episodes. Probably longer than the 2 weeks I've been going for, but maybe 3 or maybe only once a month. But that's kind of just how it happens. But on the plus side, though, I got a lot of diamonds from the block hunt game because Swindle on the server decided he wanted to get on the very first day, and he did guess the lime banner. So now I got to not only restock the copper shop, I also have to set up the new block hunt game and get a reward stocked up and all that. But I got a bunch of blocks from it. He guessed like 100 some guesses, so I got a lot of blocks. So, but I hope you enjoy this episode. We'll see this fully rolled out in the next episode. But until then, I hope you have a wonderful time zone, and I'll see you then. Goodbye.